I'm Heather.
Welcome to Small Town Big Thoughts. Well, welcome back.
Guys.
So, as you can tell, we have a guest. This is Amber, one of my best friends.
Does Justin have dreams?
So, we sometimes talk about this because I have dreams, obviously,
Yeah.
very vividly. Sometimes I go through a spell where I don't have dreams very often and I can't remember them, but then other times it's like crazy and vivid like that. He swears up and down he does not.
Diego
He
doesn't
swears
have
That's a
dreams
thing.
either.
That's a thing. That's a true thing. Some people don't, but some people don't remember their dreams.
Do you have dreams?
I have dreams. I remember them for the most part, but I've also read where people remember them in black and white. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
A lot of people remember them in black and white. And then some people just don't remember them. So they have them, but it's not, I don't know if it's not as vivid, but
Yeah.
not wild.
See, I'm on the scale of either not at all or like 100%.
Me too. If I have a dream, it's like something traumatic, so I'm going to remember it.
Well, and I feel like most of my dreams either like weird shit happens after,
Yeah.
or like it's just weird as shit.
Yeah.
I think mine's like my fears, because like snakes, I'm terrified of snakes, and I'll dream about snakes or something like that. It's like I feel like my dreams are about my fears.
Oh man, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of my family's dreams always end up being real intuitive, so that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I never know why. That's why I'm like, they always mean something. I just don't know what that last one meant.
Right?
That's why.
Do people talk to you in your dreams or do you read their minds?
Both, because I read
Oh,
his
that's a good
mind
one.
about the. I feel like I spoke to Brayden and then when it was like, "You're dead."
I feel like I can read their minds. Now that you say that, I've never thought about that, but I feel like I can kind of feel what they're saying
Right?
and like already know what their next action is going to be.
Okay.
Sometimes
See, yeah.
when I'm really high, I think that I think that I'm dreaming because I'm like, I can read their mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so, but then like one time I was on mushrooms and I really thought that I thought Diego could read my mind.
Oh.
And I thought that I was
Is that when
talking
you
to
were reading Ketas?
yeah, I was talking to the dog in my head. And then, but then he let me drive to Walmart after I was talking to the dog in my head. I was like, and then I thought everybody could read my mind while I was in Walmart, and so I was like trying not to have any thoughts. And then I was like, "This is so embarrassing. I just need to get my stuff out."
Oh my gosh. Oh, or wild.
No, it's like when we were at Broken Bow, we were all sitting around the fire, and I like look up, and Heather's just like zoned in like a pointer dog, and I was like, Heather, I was like, what are you thinking? I was like, are you controlling the fire?
Powerful thing.
I read it. Like, I see it. I hear it happening.
I feel like sometimes I'm just like I can read somebody's mind, and it just like blows my mind because I'm like I know exactly what you're about to say.
I feel like too, if you watch people's body language, you can kind of get a feel of what is going on in their head. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes, but in my mind, I feel like I look like a crackhead to people. Because I get like so excited or so anxious, I'm like constantly moving.
Whenever I lived with Victoria, she could like finish my sentences.
Really?
So I always thought she could read my mind. And then, but then that's also when like I first started smoking weed all the time. And then I was like, "Are you mad?"
That's funny.
Oh my
And
god.
that's whenever it all started. And then I was like, I am certain that somebody can read minds. It's me or you.
No, Yeah, that's like so when Justin tells me he can't like remember his dreams and all that, but then he like does and he vividly remembers them. I'm like dissecting that because I'm like, why do you remember this one dream out of all of them?
Yeah.
Like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
That's crazy.
Diego talks in his sleep, so I know that he only dreams about work.
Oh shit.
And so I'm like, I know that you're stressed out. That's why you don't sleep good. Like you're always at work.
One time he started talking next to me in his dream, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Do you ever talk
back?
back?
No, I think I just started nudging him because he never talks in his sleep. So it was like the most bizarre thing to me, and I didn't even remember what it was about. I want to say he said something general like "okay" or "no," like it was something like that, and I was just like, "It's okay." Was he yelling at him in his dream?
I used to sleepwalk. So like when I was like teenager to like pre-London, when I slept like hard sleep, because after you have a baby, you just don't sleep anymore. Not that good anyway. But I would wake up and I'd find like a potato in the microwave.
Oh my god, like stepbrother.
Yeah, or like juice like in my bathroom because I mean just random stuff. So I was like, I must be sleepwalking and moving everything.
Right?
Isn't that scary?
That's so great.
I mean, I don't think I ever like went outside or anything, thank the Lord. But I mean, stuff would just be like shuffled all over the house.
That is so crazy.
And then like London, when she was in her crib, I would like, because her crib's in my room, I would wake up in the middle of the night and she'd just be like sitting there staring at me, and I was like,
Oh my god.
"What are you doing?"
Not today's thing.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, hello."
Dude, that would trip me out.
Sage.
Yeah, it kind of creeped me out. I was like, "What are you doing?" And then it happened again, and I was like, "Okay, like you got to just wake me up. This is weird."
I feel like I can like feel the eyes on me, and so I'm just like,
Yeah,
I can't with my dog. Like I feel her
I feel
staring.
like I can feel when people are looking at me. You know, like staring. I don't know. It's just like an intuition.
Mhm.
I don't know.
it kind of freaks me out.
Me too. Especially if like you're asleep and people are watching you.
Yeah.
No, I'll be in a dead sleep and I like feel it.
Yeah.
I'm like, she has to go to the restroom. And then if I don't like get up quick enough, she'll like do her little sigh and all that.
No.
I still feel her staring at me. Like, what the fuck?
We Luna.
It's also just like nudge my hand, or and if I don't wake up, then they'll start crying. They'll be like, "Oh," and I'm like, shut the fuck
No.
up. Switch your
So, piggybacking off that really quick, and then we can get to the Mother's Day stuff. Okay, so that question like popped up on social media. Like, do you hear like your thoughts and like your voices?
Yes.
I asked Justin, and he's like, no.
I do.
And I was like, well, what's your mind sound like all day long? And he's like, nothing. Like, there's nothing. Just nothing
One
till,
of those people.
nothing till I think of it.
I want his mindset.
That's what I said, I was like,
Wow.
do you understand what it's like to have your mind go?
Racing 24/7.
Yes.
It's like a tape recorder that doesn't stop.
See,
Yeah.
Diego's the same as me, so like I always know how he feels, and I'm like, calm it down.
Yeah.
But like I could not imagine not having anything up there.
Like, does he stress? Does he worry? I mean,
I mean, he worries and all that, but
it's not like a constant.
no. He's like it is what it is. It's gonna happen how it happens.
That's a good mentality. I mean, I'm kind of jealous, honestly.
I'm jealous too, but I'm just like,
But how can you not?
Oh.
Because like,
God.
even when I just think like how, like you said, how your voice sounds, when I hear my voice, I'm like, that is not how I pictured it all day in my head going 90 to nothing,
Yes.
Whenever you first wake up, what happens in your brain?
Me, I feel like my brain's already going before I wake up though.
Like minutes, or like the whole time you're asleep, or like can you like feel it?
Depends. I feel it. Cause sometimes I like when I like last night I slept really good and hard. Like I know my brain
too.
finally turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But other nights, like I can tell my body's sleeping, But
But
like,
your
I'll be
brain's not
thinking,
resting.
no, like
Yeah.
I'll be thinking of like work
Me
stuff,
too.
or like tomorrow, or like, for example, like if I know I need to be up at a certain time,
Yeah.
my brain's like, hey bitch, you overslept
Yeah.
like all night, and I'm just like, no, it's 2 a.m. I'm not overslept. So like sometimes I consciously know when I wake up that it's been thinking already.
I would agree with that statement. Sometimes, but if I do sleep good, then I'll wake up and as soon as I wake up, it's like an outline of my day in my head of what's like a to-do list, if that makes sense.
Is it just like immediate, like as you're waking up, it's like we gotta do this,
Yes.
this. Yeah, sometimes mine's like that, but then other times it's like it tunes into a cafe, you know, like kind of like a radio, and then it just like turns the little knob, and then the volume just kind of goes up, and then it's like everybody's talking, and I can hear all these different things, but they're just yelling at me like, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, remember that, remember that, and I'm like,
It's overwhelming, isn't it? It's overwhelming.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
mean,
like,
our minds really don't ever shut off and get a rest, I feel like. Especially if like you work, you know, the full time 40 hours because you're thinking like, okay, this is my outline, this is what I've got to do. And then I always think about the stuff that I don't want to do first. And I'm like, no, you need to do that first and get it over with so it's done. You know? So that's usually the stuff that I'm thinking about in the mornings. And then like London, like, is she going to be in a good mood? If she's in a good mood, great, we're going to have a good day. If she's going to be in a bad mood, it's going to be a fun work day.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I feel like that's just how mind is.
One time I had maybe it wasn't a dream. I don't know if it was a dream or if it was like it just really in the morning and I wasn't awake yet. But I was like in my kitchen, and then I thought that I was in a cafe, and I like turned around and expected to see like a 50s cafe with like all the booths and stuff like that. And then I like turned around and it was my kitchen, and I was like,
That's almost like,
Holy.
have you guys ever heard of like the moments in time that like replay themselves? Have you ever read about that?
no.
It's really interesting.
That kind of piggyback off deja vu.
Yeah, like
Really?
your mind thinks, I feel like I've done this before and I've been here before, I've seen it before, and it's like a replay in time just in that quick second. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
That's way off topic today.
No, this is good.
I don't know, because sometimes in my dreams I even think, I've done this before, I've seen this before, I've heard it before.
Mine is places. For the past, we'll say probably 6, 9, maybe a year, I've had the same recurring dream about going to the same house.
So it's like, are you supposed to
And
go there?
I even woke up one day and like was frustrated. I was like, oh my god, I had that dream again. I drew Justin the floor plan.
That's crazy.
It was like, just no, I was like, you don't understand. I was like, this house, like and I still don't know. There's something about this house that I keep visiting.
See, it's
and
like replaying.
Yes, and it's near a river, but I could walk you through the whole
That is
entire
crazy.
thing on where it is.
Wow.
I don't ever know who I'm with. There's a few times where like my brother was there once. Justin has been there a few times. I'm pretty sure like all of us have been there, but I don't know.
So there's some significance.
I don't know what
about
this
this
house
house.
is. I don't know if we're gonna build a house one day in like 50 years. Maybe it's floor plans, but what?
See, when I first started dating,
Yes.
I had a dream that we lived in the exact house that we bought, and I didn't realize it until the other day. I was sitting
Oh my
on the front
god.
porch, and I was sitting there, and I was like this exact moment feels so familiar.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the familiar part of it.
What was it?
Yeah.
And then I was like going back through my notes, because if I had like a vivid dream, I'd wake up and I'd make a note of it. I was going back through my notes. It was literally like 3 or 4 weeks after we had started dating. I had a dream that we lived in this house, except we still lived with Reese and Allison. But I had a dream that we lived in this exact house, and it was so crazy. And I was like, did I predict the future? Like, did I know that this was going to happen?
So have you guys read about like manifestation? That's kind of what it reminds me of. Like maybe your dreams are manifesting what your reality is going to be.
That's crazy.
I mean, honestly, because like there'll be times.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, like I'll purposely intentionally manifest something, and it doesn't always happen the way that I picture it, but sometimes it does come to reality.
Before we moved down here from Kansas, like, which I didn't know this till like I was a little bit older, but my mom had said that she had a dream that she was like dating or marrying a blonde guy who had a blonde daughter and owned a white convertible. And after we had moved here, she was working at Pizza Hut and she had met Chance and he had Caitlin because him and Rhoda were separated, and he had just bought Melanie McCartney's white like little convertible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was real close with Sonny and Mary.
So her dreams are like pre-manifest. That's wild.
She like
It's my
I think for her it wasn't like so much as manifestation as like again
Yeah.
intuitive.
Intuitive. Yeah. I
yeah.
think those are the two things, manifest intuition.
Right. So that's why I'm like, I've seen that before. I've heard of that before.
This makes me wonder if, okay, so I had a dream a couple years ago, and I thought that it was the baby that I lost, but maybe it's this baby. But this little girl, she was probably like 4 years old. She like walks through my front door, and I'm like, where have you been? What are you doing? Like, and she was like, come on, mommy, we've got to go. And so I was like, okay, the cutest little girl, like curly little brown hair. And I was like, oh, you're so cute. But every time I tried to touch her hair, it just like went back in because I was trying to braid it. And so literally, I braided her hair, and it was so cute. And it was in pigtails, and then in one of the rubber bands broke, and then literally both of the pigtails came undone, and her hair just went back into curls. And I was like, she was like, "Why did you do that? You know that my hair is only curly." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Sorry for all that sass." And then, but then I went to, this is the weird part. But then we went to the mall, to the food court,
Yeah.
and I ordered something at like a Taco Bell or like a Mexican place in the food court.
Mhm.
And then I told the guy that he got my order wrong. Whenever he called my order, I looked in the bag and I was like, "Oh no, this isn't what we ordered." And he like, looks at me and he's like, "Yes, it is," and hands me the bag back. And I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure I ordered tacos. This is like a chalupa." And he's like, "Nope, that's what you ordered." And then this guy comes out of nowhere, like a security guy. He's dressed in all black, like kind of pale, and he like comes over to me and he's like, "You cannot be here," and like slaps me in the head. And then, but then I like fall out of my dream back into my body, and then like I felt myself like fall onto the bed, and then I woke up and I was like, "Did that actually just happen? Like, am I crazy?" So I'm excited to see if this little girl has curly hair. She's gonna look like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so crazy. A lot of like my mom and a few of my aunts always had dreams before someone got pregnant in our family. Like they knew
Really?
before the others knew.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it's crazy. She and I, they'd be like, "We had a dream." I'm like, "Don't even ask."
I think next time it'll be twins. Yeah.
You know,
Girl,
we're manifesting it.
Yeah.
power to you.
I don't know why, but I've always wanted twins. I've always just like,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna have twins one day.
You
And so-
literally said this as long
Never
as I've
know.
known you. Like she's always wanted twins.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, are you sure there's not another baby in there?
Which I'm thinking, or I'm hoping that, like, whenever you like get further along and they're like, "Oh my God, there's another baby in there," I'm hoping that that's what's gonna happen. Which I also had a dream one time that, which that girl, she always told me that her name was Sophia in my dreams. I've had like multiple dreams since that first one, but she always told me that her name was Sophia. And so I was like, okay. And then one time she came to me and she was like, "I'm going to bring you twins." And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
right. I've always wanted twins. And then after I got pregnant, I had a dream that Reba told me that it was a boy. And then Lynn like popped out behind her and she was like, "And a girl." So it's like, so maybe the next time it'll be twins, maybe I'm just like
Maybe so.
manifesting really early.
And I don't even know if you're gonna name her Sophia, but maybe Sophia needs to come first to like have twins.
Right.
Look over him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I always named the baby that I lost, like I always thought that it was her, so I always called her Sophia.
Okay.
But now that I'm like about the same time in my pregnancy, I'm like, maybe it was a boy because that pregnancy was a whole lot different. So I was like, maybe that one was a boy, and then this one's a girl, and then so maybe she was coming to me, and she was like, "You're supposed to name me my Sophia, like that's my name," because I can't remember what I called her before, but I called her something else, and then in one of my dreams, she was like, "I don't know why you keep calling me that. My name is Sophia," and I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Okay, sorry."
I keep calling her HJ for Heather.
Oh, that is so cute.
Justin's like, she's not HJ. I'm like, yes, she is.
All these girls.
Until we figured it out. Yes, she is.
Club. That's awesome. So exciting.
It's so crazy. I love it.
Which leads us right into
Well, thank you,
Thank you guys for
everybody.
having me.
Follow, like, subscribe, share, email. I think I hit everything.
STBT2024@gmail.com.
That was so fun. I'd love to be back sometime.
Yes,
Yes,
let's do it.
sure.
Yeah, think of some
It was fun.
topics.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye. Start recording this time.